All right, today we're going to do the technique for a pull-up, and I'm going to give you some keys and tips to doing a proper pull-up and also being able to do it without hurting your shoulder, your elbow, or your wrist, which can happen if you're doing pull-ups improperly. So I'll go over a couple of key things. One thing is when you're doing a pull-up, again, when I talked about bench press, I talked about not making a T because it can impinge the AC joint. You know, we also don't want to make a T in this plane line when we're doing a pull-up. We want to externally rotate the shoulders, okay? It protects the shoulders. It also takes some of the stress off of the elbow. As you flare out, okay, and kind of get in that plane line, it's gonna cause a lot of problems, or can cause a lot of problems on what's called the medial epicondyle. That's where people get golfer's elbow, but again, you can get it from a number of different things. And so you don't want your elbows flaring out. You also don't want your wrists inside of your elbows as you're pulling up, because again, a lot of the stress goes right on that medial portion of the elbow there, that inside portion of the elbow, where lots of tendons insert, and again, you can wind up with a form of tendonitis. So we want to externally rotate the shoulders. That means we do this. If you think about breaking the bar, right? You're obviously not going to break the bar, but if you think about breaking the bar, that's external rotation of the shoulder. Same thing if we're down lower. If we're up high, it just looks a little different, obviously, because we're looking at the front of the arm here, back of the arm when our arms are face down. So external rotation, really, really important. Have a grip that you're wide enough where your wrist is either stacked below your elbow or slightly outside of your elbow, okay? And again, there's different pull-ups where you go wide and these different things. That's not really what I'm covering here. I'm just want to talk about biomechanics of a pull-up and some key things. Okay, so I want to make sure we're doing those things. The other thing I like to do is make sure my core stays activated, and my toes are in front. So my legs are straight, toes slightly in front. Most people, you can't see it from here, but I'll show you when I'm doing the pull-up. But most people bend their knees and have the feet behind them. It's super hard to keep the core tight while your feet are behind you. Okay, so I like to bring the feet in front. It does make it harder. It's not specifically the goal. It's specifically to keep your core activated and tight, but that's the way I do the pull-ups. I'm not saying the other way is wrong. What I'm saying is this is the way that I find to be the best biomechanical position if you want to keep your core tight, work the core a little bit, and work the pull-up properly as well without injuring anything. Okay, the other thing I don't like when people put their feet behind them, they tend to reach with their neck. You can do it anyway. People can do that, but people tend to reach. You know, this is called a pull-up, not a chin over the bar, right? So we're going to pull our chin above the bar, but we're not going to reach our chin over the bar. So you want to keep a neutral spine also. Those are some key things. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay. The other thing I do is I take a reverse hook grip. So what I do is I wrap my fingers and then I wrap my thumb on the outside of my fingers there, okay? And hook grip is basically where you wrap the thumb and then wrap your fingers around. This is a reverse hook grip. So that's the grip I take. I want to externally rotate the shoulders, right? And then I bring my feet in front and we pull up. So this is what it should look like. Okay? Now, when I'm pulling up, you can see this is the motion, right? We've got that nice elbow forward. It's not directly forward, but it's probably about a 45-ish degree angle. And so the elbow's forward. If you think about that, it keeps that external rotation of the shoulder. Those are some key points for doing a proper pull-up. A safe pull-up where you won't hurt your shoulders, you shouldn't hurt your elbows or wrists either. Stay strong. See you soon.